here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, picking up this sleeper cab that I got. We're going to be going to Los Angeles. Now, before I hit the road, I do good to go ahead and give this thing a good inspection to make sure that it is roadworthy. You'd be surprised how many vehicles I get in that aren't quite roadworthy, at least not to my standards. I'm not a big fan of these freightliners, but we're going to get through this. I got a full tank, and before I hit the road, I think it's time to stop off at my favorite store and get some orange cranberry scones. These things are different from place to place. I got to do a video on that too. I'm listening to the audiobook, The Help, which has kind of become my favorite audiobook right now.
Elizabeth, if you had the choice,
I'll listen to it for a good stretch, try to take in some of this desert scenery, do a little karaoke singing. And before you know it, it's time for a break. Now, I've been trying to capture some of the more scenic parts of the desert, but I don't know. I feel like the camera's not really helping me out. I still think it's a good place to stop and just enjoy the sunset. And I did long enough to remember it gets really dark in the desert at night. So I think I'll just stop here at this next truck stop and cap it off for the night. This is where the truckers go at night. If you didn't know, everybody should be getting ready for bed, like me. After a hot shower, I'm doing the same thing, and I get to sleep in the truck tonight, which will save me some money on the hotel. It's a new day. If I haven't said this before, I'm not a big fan of the desert, okay? This is the Colorado River, by the way, which is the border for California. And I'm pretty sure I rode on that train bridge coming out here, on the train that comes out here. I gotta get these chair exercises in. You know, I gotta do something to kind of spruce up the ride. And Celia's good for that. I appreciate her. We're gonna get on down this good highway here. Now, as I pass through some of these areas, like always, I have to ask myself, could I live here? There's not much out here at all. What about you? If somebody handed you some land, would you take it? Could you live out here in this desert? The weather does get pretty inclement. I don't know. One thing about the desert, though, is the desert has clouds. And in Los Angeles, we don't have clouds. We have overcast sometimes. And every now and once in a great while, a little drizzle storm. A little bit of drizzle. But I have since I live in LA, I have a thing about clouds. When you think about it, what would a sunset be without clouds? And the desert has that. Don't get me wrong, the desert does have a charm to it. I don't know if it's my charm, though. Now that I'm here in Barstow, turning down the 15, I figure it's time to switch up the music a little bit. And the Bangles are always a good go-to for me. They've got 2 albums that I love. Different Light and Everything. Flawless from start to finish. And I don't know if any of you noticed, but one of my favorite things to do is sing the harmony parts. All day long, I just sing the background harmony, usually the tenor part. I wonder if you can hear me in the background. I don't ever sing the lead parts, although I know the words. Maybe every once in a while. I'd rather sing the harmony. The harmony is what colors in the song nicely. And I got the feeling we got a little weather coming up when I get into LA. So maybe I better take a break. This little spot here in Devore that I found is a good little rest stop. It sits right in the middle of the San Andreas Fault. That's one side over there in the distance, by the way. I found it after driving a science class out here to a place behind me called the Lost Lake, which moves around with the fault. It's interesting. It's kind of like a bottomless lake. It's fed from underground. The temperature stays the same all year round. Kind of an interesting thing to see. Every so many years or so, the lake is in a different location. Hence the name, the Lost Lake. And just like that, I'm here in Baldwin Park, California. Glad to be here. Kind of a stale drive for me, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now I'm headed home on the metro. If you did enjoy it, feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all on the next video.